Hi, I'm Jesse. I'm Annette's son. We brought in her 2011 Jeep Liberty to your shop, Tire Works, on West Flamingo and South Riley Street, to get the AC fixed because it was blowing hot, fix the oil leak, which you would later find, get new brakes and tires because she needed those. Now, you said we needed rear shocks. I didn't think we needed rear shocks, but at that point I just didn't care. Just go ahead and do it. So you do that. You say it's not the AC compressor, it was a line. It was an AC line. That was the fault. So you had a refrigerant leak. I'm thinking, okay, you guys did your due diligence on that. I don't have to worry about anything. So we pick up the car when you guys tell us it's ready. She gets in the car. I've dropped $2,300 on this at that point. Okay? She gets in the car. AC's still blowing hot. She figures, drive around the block. That'll get the AC going. Didn't, because that's not how it works. If it's an AC compressor, that's not how it works at all. Mind you, I said refrigerant leak or AC compressor. Now, I would think you would do due diligence, as is your job, to, after replacing the AC line, make sure it's running good. And it would be, with all the equipment you have, you would be able to know. Okay? You would be able to tell if an AC line fixed it without going into the car and checking to see if it blew cold. I digress. We take it back. She sits there for 15 minutes. You say, oh, the AC line that they just put in was defective. Okay, still not the AC compressor at this point. So she waits 45 minutes. She asks, how long is this going to take? Because she doesn't want to stay there if she doesn't have to. Like anybody would be that way. So sales rep goes and asks. He comes back and says, oh, it's actually the AC compressor, and that'll be another $450. We're going to waive the labor fee. So now it's $2,800, but you're waiving the labor fee. Okay, I want the AC fixed. Fine. I'm not extremely pissed. I'm pretty calm at that point. I said, well, you would think that you guys could find that right after fixing the AC line, but mistakes happen. So it stays overnight with the promise that it was going to be the first thing you do tomorrow morning, which we don't know if that's true or not because we didn't get told anything about the car till almost till almost noon. See, I'm a little frustrated, so my mind's racing. Till almost noon. And then you said, oh, we found a clogged line. Hold up. The lines you just fixed are clogged? So you want to add another $250? No. We'll just take the car back, go somewhere else. Because at that point, now you're just showing incompetence and dishonesty. Well, so when my mom said, no, we'll just take the car back. Oh, no. You'll do it for $450. Okay. Like you agreed. Cool. Come and pick the car up at around 3. Mind you, I was told about this, and I was lit the whole time. From the moment I was told at noon to the moment I dropped her back off at the shop at 3:15, I would say. She gets in the car, 3:28, says the AC works. Great. She makes it to Flamingo and Rainbow and notices the engine is overheating. That didn't happen prior to going into that shop. At no point was this car having issues with the engine. Just, even with an oil leak, it was fine. It was running perfectly fine. But she had to stop. She stopped in at that cross street, or in the Jack in the Box parking lot, let it cool off. And then she turns it back on. Actually turned back on. And she drove it into the neighborhood. Didn't make it very far, right at the entrance of our neighborhood, by the way. She didn't even go that far. The house is 3.8 miles from the shop. She made it 3.8 freaking miles, but didn't make it to the house because the engine it was overheating so bad that it lit the dash up. You had the check engine light flash 3 times and solid. Then you had the battery light go off. You had the coolant light go off even. And she called me. We didn't want to deal with you guys at all, period. After I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So, okay, I go up. I go there. I noticed something almost immediately as I pull up. Okay. That looks like leaking. And that's not you guys like having splashed something on it and it's still leaking. This is still leaking as I'm speaking. That's fresh. That's fresh. Notice that. That's almost dry. That's fresh. And that's right over this part of the radiator, which is also right over the little coolant reservoir here. Fun fact. There's no coolant in the car because you guys took off the bumper. You guys had to take the reservoir off. You had to have. Because if you're going to take the bumper off and the lights off, and you need to get to this, you need to get to the AC compressor, so you have to take this off. And then I assume that you also took the radiator off because that might be in your way. If you didn't, I don't know where the leak is anyway. My fear is that you cracked the radiator, but I don't know. In any event, we let the engine sit for an hour to cool off. I got engine coolant. I didn't put very much in it. In fact, I only put up to the min line. Right there, min line. It did not go down immediately. Not that I think it would. So, yeah, I'm dumbfounded at this point. See, I also put the wiper fluid in because there was no wiper fluid. So that's how I knew you took this off. On top of it. So, before we even tried with the new coolant, I was watching that coolant just almost imperceptibly get lower, which should not happen, by the way. But the moment we turned the engine, that shit went way down. So there's no coolant running through the freaking engine because you guys are so incompetent that you didn't put fucking coolant in the car. Not only did you not put coolant in the car, you put barely any fucking oil in it after fixing the gasket. How does that, how? Just straight incompetence. Incompetence and dishonesty. This car doesn't even fucking start anymore. Okay? We tried turning it after the coolant. It took the coolant shot down. Okay? And the car tried to turn. It didn't. We stopped. And we didn't run it very long. Here, I'm going to show you something. Okay? FYI, your guys' out odometer reading was 127,380. That's literally impossible with how far this car actually drove. So I don't know how you guys got that odometer reading, period. Anyway, turn the car on. You have that beautiful check engine light and that bolt of lightning, which will go away, and then the engine light will check off 3 times and stay solid. There it goes. A little more than 3 now. Anyway, there it goes, solid. I turn the car. Just a high-pitched whine. That's it. That's all you get, because now the starter doesn't want to go. This was not an issue prior to you coming into your shop and you guys touching the fucking engine bay. I am dumbfounded at the incompetence. Professional shop. I dropped $2,800 so you guys could fuck up the engine. Cool. Great. I'd like my money back, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Wow. Wow. For the amount of headache I got, I could have just bought all the equipment myself and done it myself. Just amazing. You're doing a great service on showing people that they should just do all the work themselves. Good job.